Hello, welcome to Business Reporter's Best of British Business campaign. I'm Ashley Blake. So you run one of the UK's many established businesses and you want to develop and grow. But that usually means finding the finance to do so. So where do you turn? Imagine you're a furniture manufacturer with 50 employees. You want to invest in new fully digitised production floor to boost production and improve quality and reach more customers. Now, a decade ago, you might have spoken to your bank relationship manager for help. They could have talked you through the options and helped you make an application. But who has a relationship manager anymore? Unless you're a huge corporate business, the likelihood is you don't. Instead, you'll probably be bounced from call centre to call centre or left waiting for weeks for any kind of response. When you're a busy business owner, who has time for that? For more than 500,000 established businesses in the UK, typically those with 10 to 250 staff, not having a relationship manager can be the difference between taking an opportunity and missing out on one. And this trend is made all the more galling by the fact that most businesses these days are still paying their bank just for the privilege of keeping their hard-earned cash in their bank account. These businesses are the driving force behind the UK economy, contributing to over 30% of the UK's GDP and deserve better from their bank. At least this is what the experts at Allica Bank say. Allica pit themselves as a relationship bank specifically built for established businesses like these. We'll be talking to their CEO, Richard Davis, to find out more. Okay, why have high street banks moved away from supporting this sector?
Yeah, I think the high street banks really focus on two segments. Firstly, you've got the millions of individuals out there in the UK, and secondly, the large corporates. And our space, these established businesses, they fall quite awkwardly in between for the high street banks. And you've seen the high street banks invest in a very digital-based model for the millions of consumers. As they've taken away branches, they still have a very people-intensive model for the large companies. But this space in between, they can't work out how to serve in an efficient manner, because they've still got the systems from the 1980s, from the branch era, and yet they can't afford to provide the people with these inefficient systems for this segment. So sadly, they've been cutting back the relationship managers, and some of them have even been exiting wholesale this segment.
You talk about how important relationship managers are to established small to medium businesses. Why is this?
So when you look at what these companies need, they're quite complex. They have quite a bit of the complex needs of a large company, but they don't have the large finance and treasury department that large corporate would have. And this is where the relationship manager can really make a difference by helping provide the right advice, the right suggestions. For example, it might be things that the business otherwise wouldn't know they could benefit from, like there's a tax incentive actually around buying plant and equipment right now. Or it might be connecting them with other experts or other business owners to help them with the challenges they have. So that human element of understanding the business, having real empathy and understanding with the business owner can be a critical factor in that business's success.
But you say that most business owners no longer have access to a relationship manager.
That's right. Sadly, over the last few years, there's been a real pullback from the high street banks with their relationship managers, really to save costs. So you either see there's no relationship manager, or the client hasn't met their relationship manager for years, really because that relationship manager's got far too many clients to look after for one person. And so, yeah, I can't say how many times I've been at breakfast or lunch with a client and they've told me they haven't seen a relationship manager in 5-6 years from their current bank. And it's just not good enough when you look at the importance of these businesses to our society and the fact they really need this help.
Okay, and you say that this is where Allica Bank claims that it has a solution. So what is it?
Well, I think the first point to make is we exist only to serve these established businesses. This is our purpose and our mission in life. And we are looking to do three things for this client base. First, ensure that every client has access to a relationship manager. Secondly, provide the sort of fast, smooth experience that you'd expect in this day and age. And thirdly, we want to make sure people are rewarded for banking with us without fees and charges and with good savings interest rates, rather than punished like the high street banks do.
Okay, so why can you do this when high street banks can't?
Yeah, so while the high street banks have been cutting back on relationship managers, we want to do everything we can to ensure we continue to provide that service to customers. And that is all about investment in technology to make all of the end-to-end processes as smooth, efficient, and automated as possible. So it's very much about us building our own ground-up systems dedicated to the needs of customers in this segment that do things efficiently for us and efficiently for the customer, so we can continue to afford that relationship manager for the customer.
What products can Allica Bank offer to established SMEs?
So I'd say there's three categories really. We offer a wide range of lending products to serve these customers' complex needs. Secondly, we offer some excellent interest rates on savings products for businesses. And thirdly, we have a digital current account which has no account fees, no payment fees, and provides cash back on your card spend. So we like to think it rewards you rather than charges you for banking with us.
Okay, what have your customers been saying so far?
So we've been actually really pleased and humbled actually by the feedback we've got. We have an excellent score on Trustpilot from customer reviews. We've won more than 10 industry awards in our first 2 years of trading, including Best Business Finance Provider at the British Bank Awards this year. And we've also, I guess on the back of that great customer feedback, just passed £1 billion of lending in the middle of 2022.
Before you go, Richard, how do you think the business banking sector is going to change in the next, say, 5 years?
Well, clearly we are in pretty unprecedented times. We've had COVID hit, and now we're entering what could be quite a protracted recession, according to the Bank of England, plus still dealing with the after effects of Brexit. So this is a tough time, the next 5 years for British businesses. And I think the leading providers in this space have to step up and really meet the mark of providing funding to help businesses grow, to help employment continue to thrive, and to provide that speed, that smoothness of experience we were talking about earlier. So I'd very much like over the next 5 years to see Allica become the major force in this segment and replace the incumbent banks in the minds of people out there as the bank to go to for their needs.
Richard Davis, CEO, Allica Bank.